Can you imagine what it would be like to visit with angels in heaven? Well, a lot of people don't believe this is actually possible.
Sounds really neat though, but our next guest certainly believes and takes things a step further. He's a psychic medium, best-selling author, and speaker.
Please welcome back to The Blend, Andy Myers. Good morning.
He's always so dapper in your hat.
Well, I believe it or not, I do have hair underneath there. That's a common question I get asked.
I like it.
Do you wear a hat all the time because you're bald? That's not where we're going to start today, actually.
No, he has hair. He has hair. So, you know, you've been here before, but I am unfamiliar with your story. Can you please tell us, how did you get into this line of work?
You know, I don't think being a professional psychic medium is something that anyone intentionally sets out to do. It's a calling, I guess. I just knew I wanted to help people, and since I'm kind of afraid of gore and blood, I knew I couldn't be a nurse or doctor, so I said, hey, social worker. But as I was going through the motions of getting my social work degree, I was having all sorts of paranormal, spiritual, kind of metaphysical things happening in my life, knowing what was going to happen before it happened and sensing things about people. And it was just a matter of time before I worked up the confidence to approach people and ask them if these crazy thoughts were making sense. And when I figured out I could help people by using that intuition, it just became my full-time job.
How old were you when you started kind of having those first realizations?
I was kind of late to come out of the psychic closet, so to speak. I was about 25, which isn't old or young, but it took me that long to figure out what was actually going on with me and to, you know, put a term to it, put a name to what I was experiencing.
Now, I'm sure you get asked this question a lot, but I have to ask, what's the craziest experience you've had?
Oh
the
gosh,
most...
you'd have to break it down by categories.
Yeah, I suppose all of them are, so powerful. But
yeah, well, I did have an experience just a year ago, I think it was. I was out of town doing one of my psychic events at a hotel. And I'm a cheapskate. My wife will tell you I'm a cheapskate. So my event was at a really fancy hotel, but I didn't want to pay the fee to stay there for the night for a hotel room. So I got a different place across town. Ended up being kind of a dicey hotel room across town, or motel, I should say. So anyway, after I do my show, I clear off all the books and belongings off the table, and I'm the only person in the ballroom. And I reach down to grab my box of supplies, and when I stand back up, there's an item on the table right in front of me that wasn't there 2 seconds earlier. It was a $100 bill, crisp $100 bill. So I have goosebumps naturally, and I'm looking around the room thinking, you've got to be kidding me. And it didn't really dawn on me until later that night, why a $100 bill? Why would presumably an angel leave that for me? Come to find out, later that night at my seedy motel across town, I was hearing gunshots and sirens. It was a dangerous area. And when I did the math, come to find out there was exactly a $100 price difference between the safe hotel that I did my show at and the dicey place across town. So I think it was just an angel's way of saying, quit being a cheapskate, stay somewhere safe. And so next time I went back to that same city, the same venue, I used that $100 bill, my angel bill, and I used it to pay the difference, and I stayed at a safe place.
Now, can an angel, all you angels out there, can you please send me a couple of those $100 bills, if not like 10 of them? Yeah. How?
Angels is the subject. The book is not out yet, but this will be your third book. We have your first two here.
Right.
This third book focuses on angels. Since you kind of segued us there, tell us about Not Your Average Angel book.
Not Your Average Angel book. It was actually a long time in the making. The publishing process took so long that while that was getting processed and published, I actually wrote another book called Inspiration A to Z. So that's already been out, and now this one's out. So technically my second book's my third book, and my third book's my second book. But Not Your Average Angel book, it's kind of a two-part book, double dose. So the first section of the book is about spirit guides, in other words, guardian angels, our own private, personal helpers that assist us. And the content of that section is just helping the reader to better establish communication with their guardian angels, to know how they communicate, what they can and can't help with, ways that they get our attention. And then the second half of the book is about winged angels. I go like this, classic winged angels. So tidbits, fun facts on historical and pop culture, angelic movies, and it's loaded with stories of angelic intervention, like those miracle stories of, someone saved from a burning building and then nobody knows who did it because the hero disappears and vanishes. So it's filled with true stories that I've heard over the years.
So where can people order the book?
Yeah, it's actually on sale right now. It's on pre-sale through Amazon.com. So if you hop on Amazon and just type in "Not Your Average Angel Book," you can find it there and pre-order it, and then on October 1st, it'll ship right to your door.
Are you planning on writing any more?
I'm already working on my 4th and 5th book simultaneously.
Oh, wow,
So,
congrats.
truthfully, I'd probably keep writing even if nobody read them, but the fact that they're well received, I think just gives me motivation and encouragement to keep doing it.
We could talk till morning. Unfortunately, we have less than a minute left.
I understand that.
The one question out there, I know there's skeptics out there watching.
Yeah.
What do you say to them?
Well, believe what you want to believe. You know, I'm not here to convince anybody or change their way of thinking. I'll just say when you've seen as many occurrences as I have no choice but to believe. I've seen miracles, I've seen guardian angels tell me things and show me things and guide me in ways that can't be chalked up to coincidence. So I, for one, believe, and I'll always believe, and I had enough content to fill a book with stories, so that's what I did.
A few of them now.
Yes.
Yes,
So thank you very much,
absolutely.
Andy. If you want more information on the book or about Andy in general, you see the information on the screen. You can call the office 402-933. You saw it on the screen, or andymyersonline.com. If I was psychic, maybe I could remember the rest of that number.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Well, guests of the